Hello and welcome to another employee Q&A session for NSC's Career Video Library. My name is Zach Kosinski and I'm the Coordinator of Employer Relations at Nevada State College for the Career Services Center. I just want to thank everybody for taking some time out of your day to check out this little chat with me and Alyssa. So I do have Alyssa here from the Great Basin Institute, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm just going to go ahead and have her introduce herself and we'll just jump right into it.
All right, thank you, Zach. So my name is Alyssa Gardner, and my role is the Research Associate Program Coordinator for Great Basin Institute's Southern Office. We are based out of Reno, Nevada, but we also have an office here in Las Vegas and actually have employees working about 10 Western states.
Awesome. So thank you so much for being here, of course. None of this would be possible without our employers being interested and taking their time out to record something with us. So thank you. So can you tell us a little bit about Great Basin Institute and the mission of the organization?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you'll certainly find out if you spend a little time exploring our website, the Great Basin Institute is an interdisciplinary field studies organization. And we work to promote environmental and cultural resource research, education, and conservation throughout the Western United States. Our mission is to advance applied research and ecological literacy through community engagement and agency partnerships. So we work in support of national parks, forests, open spaces, and public lands. We are a nonprofit organization, so we're a 501c3, and we really look at supporting professional development opportunities in these cultural and environmental resource fields through the different programs that we run. And just to highlight, those different programs are currently Nevada Conservation Corps, the AmeriCorps program, an AIM ecological monitoring program, an environmental outreach and education program, and then the research associate program.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So how did you come to work at Great Basin Institute? And can you talk briefly about the path that you took to get to your current career?
Yeah, absolutely. And, like many others, it's a bit of a convoluted story. So, I was one of those people who definitely had a hard time landing on a college major, just because I have a lot of interests and could see myself going in a lot of different directions. Eventually, junior year, I realized that I cared most deeply about natural resource management. And my strengths were in the graphs, mathematical side of things, understanding social science implications. So I went for a degree in applied economics with a focus on natural resources. So I thought I was going to wind up doing academic research, but after school, experiences shifted a little bit. I did a term with the Montana Conservation Corps, so I was doing on-the-ground conservation work. And then I also wound up teaching young children about math and science topics, which I loved. So I wanted to go back and kind of merge those two worlds together, and I wound up going back to school to pursue a graduate degree and some internship experience in environmental education. So this was at the University of Minnesota, and after that I moved out west about 8 years ago with my now husband, and I actually started a position with Great Basin Institute first thing coming out to Las Vegas as a research associate in that program, working up in the Spring Mountains, so Mount Charleston area. After that, I had a few other opportunities, both working with the National Park Service as a volunteer coordinator at Lake Mead, and then working as a training coordinator with an environmental engineering and health and safety organization. And then at that point, I saw the advertisement for my current position with GBI, and I thought it would be a really great fit and opportunity to work again for an organization whose mission I can clearly get behind. So I reached out to my current supervisor directly. I applied, went through the whole interview reference process, and started in my current position just over 2 years ago.
Awesome. It's interesting, as I've been doing these videos, pretty much every single employer has said that they're doing something they never expected or intended to be doing, which I think is that's a good lesson for everybody. If you don't have this clear path, you're not alone. Most people don't. So sometimes your career finds you. What positions are you offering students? Can you talk a little bit? I know that you're I believe you're the program coordinator, program manager for the research associate programs. Maybe you could talk a little bit more in depth about that too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a wide variety of positions that are going to be available both seasonally and continuously throughout the year in our different programs. Our Nevada Conservation Corps and AmeriCorps programs are a great opportunity for those who are a bit earlier on in their careers looking to gain some experience, have that entry-level position in conservation work. We do a lot of hiring, particularly for the spring season, which includes several positions focused on desert tortoise monitoring based out of Las Vegas, ecological monitoring program positions, Nevada Conservation Corps positions, both out of Reno and Las Vegas, and a lot of positions working in partnership with the Forest Service based out of Reno and surrounding areas. And then the Research Associate program is often the next step for those who have gained some experience through our other programs or outside jobs and internships. Research associates tend to work on a variety of more specialized projects and research at national parks like Zion, Joshua Tree, Yellowstone, Death Valley, wildlife refuges like Ash Meadows and Paranagit, and then of course recreation areas like the Spring Mountains and Lake Mead, and other public lands. And at that stage in the game, some of these specific projects examples would include archaeological survey, conducting park social media and environmental education, wildlife and botany research, invasive species management and restoration, maybe working with GIS systems or data management, even museum and archival research at these different public sites. And then also a pretty robust environmental engineering program with the Bureau of Reclamation.
Awesome. So it covers a lot of different areas there too. That's awesome. So can students from, oh, I'm sorry, skipped a question. What do you look for in a candidate when you're hiring someone? What advice do you have for students to sort of prepare if they're interested in one of these positions at Great Basin Institute?
Yeah, so for us, again, there's a lot of variety depending on the program and the specific position that a student might be interested in. If you're looking to dip your toes in conservation work and kind of spend some time outdoors in awesome places, but you have a totally different educational background, then Nevada Conservation Corps is probably going to be the best fit for you. If you have an environmental or cultural resource related degree or are pursuing one, the AmeriCorps program, as well as the AIM ecological monitoring program could be a good fit. Multiple positions within those programs to check out. And then again, further down the road, if you've had some more experience or internships in your specific field, then the research associate program is probably going to have some good opportunities for you. So I guess advice I would share is recommending that you look at our job board frequently because positions options vary throughout the year. Right now we have a lot posted. We post a ton in December, January, looking forward to the spring season. And then if you have specific questions about any of the positions that you see, you can contact us through the website. You could contact me directly and I could connect you to that appropriate recruiter for that position. I'd also recommend looking for positions at least 2 months ahead of time because we tend to post pretty early to accommodate for things like the federal background check with the Park Service or other agencies, sometimes an AmeriCorps background check, as well as some COVID-related precautions that we have in place. And then finally, it'd be a really good idea to follow GBI on different social media platforms or sign up on our website for our monthly newsletter, because we'll announce events like our own career fair that we hold quarterly in there, as well as some networking opportunities. And we'll probably also share information about upcoming jobs through those different platforms.
Awesome. Yeah, so you mentioned majors a little bit, but I know that's always a question people have. So just to double back a little bit, can students from any major apply? I think you probably already covered this, but what majors are the most relevant? But if they're majoring in something unrelated, what opportunities might be available to them?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely majors, any majors can apply for the Nevada Conservation Corps opportunities. It's still a really cool experience. It's resilience building. It's getting in touch with the outdoors and learning what that conservation work looks like. For other opportunities, most program members tend to have related majors in things like biology, environmental science, GIS, or cultural resource type majors like anthropology and history. But then we have some outlier positions like social media technicians that might have other backgrounds like communications.
Great. So again, it's a very broad range of opportunities that you're offering. Yeah, I like to mention the majors thing because I think a lot of students think that their major might pigeonhole them into one specific area, and they might think that other opportunities might be close to them, but they, you know, their degrees are much more versatile than they might think they are in a lot of cases. I like to ask this of a lot of our employers just to get some of their more general insight. So what is a piece of career and or life advice that you wish someone had given you when you were a student?
Well, there's advice I would request, and then also advice that I would have maybe followed a little bit better that I did receive at the time. I think staying open to opportunities. It really was a gamble for me to do that Montana Conservation Corps position early on, and it totally changed the path of what led me to where I am today. Making and maintaining contacts. Everyone says this, networking is huge, and it really, really is. It's a small world in natural resources, and you start to hear familiar names all the time. So it's great to make those contacts and also to maintain them over the years. So definitely encourage a focus on that.
Yeah, and in terms of networking, don't forget that your classmates, even some of your friends, are connections that someday could benefit you. And then especially faculty members at Nevada State, make sure that you keep in contact because you never know when you're going to need a faculty person to write a letter of recommendation for something for maybe grad school or so. Yeah, networking is definitely huge. I don't have this on my list, but I just want to double check. Are there any like upcoming deadlines that maybe students should know about that, you know, if there's anything coming up right away that they should know about so they can jump on those opportunities?
Yeah, so we have quite a few Forest Service partner positions listed right now that are going to have May starting dates. So the timeline seems a little bit further off, but we're already beginning interviews for those. So if anything is of interest, I would get that application in sooner than later for those sort of positions. Yeah, because just like I said, we tend to start these things months in advance, so it's good to look ahead.
Yeah, gotcha. If students have any additional questions and they want to reach out to you, how can they do that? Yeah,
so you can contact us, directly through the GBI website, and we'll kind of shuffle around to get you to the right person. Otherwise, I welcome folks to reach out to me directly via email or my phone number. Zach, I'm not sure if that's going to be posted. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be posted right underneath. And keep in mind that I believe your last name has changed, so you're going to see A. Demmer, I believe. So that is the same person. The email is the same, so just keep that in mind. And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I said this exact same thing, like this exact same line in my last video that I just recorded, but I just like to say that employers want to hear from you. Don't be too afraid to reach out because, I mean, in a lot of cases, that's why they're doing these sit-down chats with me, is because they want to hear from students. They want to reach out and make those connections, especially, during COVID when it's a little bit more difficult, so reaching out and asking questions is never a bad idea. So I just want to emphasize to students, please do that. So that was all the questions that I had. Thank you so much, Alyssa. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of really great information. And I just thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And students, if you're watching this, feel free to check out our other videos in the Career Video Library. If there's anything else you might be interested in, and reach out to us, make an appointment if you need help preparing for a job interview, if you need resume assistance. We're here. Just go to our website, nsc.edu/career. And thank you so much for checking out this video. Bye.
Bye.